Oh, wow. That's one big ass black moon there.
Oh, the moon! You guys, I have to tell you, look at the moon.
Ah, my eyes! As of course, the internet is undefeated. All of this as now there are some very unique and interesting legal challenges happening to the Donald Trump administration, and the Donald Trump administration is answering back with their own forms of legal complications. From now, the Attorney General of New York, Harvard College, as also it looks like 4chan got hacked and all of the information got released to the general public. What is really going on here? As leakers from the Pentagon were also allegedly caught, as Biden finally left his coffin and had something to say about Donald Trump. What's really going on here? Well, let's take an extensive look in this particular video where we go over a lot of the news that has been developing and breaking right now. As we just found out, this is some good news, especially with what just happened a couple hours ago, as it was April 15th, a horrible, horrendous, I would say the most awful day of the year, where the government robs you, steals your money, commits theft, that they somehow have bastardized and have called taxation for some strangers. But there is some news that is good here, even though I'm still waiting for the ERS. I'm still waiting for the IRS to be absolutely defunct and made irrelevant. But before that, we're finding out that there's going to be a mass exodus at the IRS, as 20,000 employees are potentially soon going to be taking Donald Trump's buyout, meaning that Donald Trump will be paying them for the rest of the year. They will no longer have to work, as 20% of the workforce for the IRS could finally be gone, as they would stay on paid leave through September 30th, still collecting more of their theft revenue. But the next year, they, of course, would be out of the job. This, as tax season just officially ended, as 12,000 staff have already left since January. Those numbers are way too low, as now we are seeing a major rollback of wasteful Biden-era hiring surges, as right now government is being made that much more efficient. All of this as we are getting reports that Palantir, a private kind of intel agency, is now working with Deutsche in order to give a massive update to the IRS, with me saying, wait, wait, hey, stop it. Do not modernize. Okay. I like the IRS old, archaic, not knowing what's going on, not being able to pull anything out of its buttocks. Deutsche working with, again, the nerds at Deutsche working with Palantir, a secret, shadowy kind of private intel agency, in order to work with the engineers there to build a mega API. No, stop it. Stop it immediately. This is not what I want here. As this company was co-founded by Peter Thiel and other Bilderberg members that are now accessing all the IRS records and linking them. No, stop it. Elon, go to Elon. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Stop it. Definitely not taking the microchip now, buddy. Nuh-uh. Go to the Pentagon. Stay there. You still haven't gone there. Go to the FBI. Go to the CIA. Go to the ATF. Bankrupt them. Fire them. Go. Don't modernize our IRS so they could know where our money is. Stop it. What the hell's wrong with you? This, as Trump is also threatening the tax-exempt status for Harvard, freezing $2 billion of funding that was supposed to go towards this woke education factory that truly breeds some of the worst thinking in the world. Now, why is he doing? Listen, I'm not a fan of Harvard. I'm not a fan of all these intel agency linked kind of organizations. I think Harvard still has to answer to why Jeffrey Epstein had his own office at Harvard. Why? Why did he have that? What kind of partnerships, what kind of scientific projects were they working on? Can we get some clear, definitive answers here, as the students at Harvard were exposed in more ways than one to Jeffrey Epstein? Okay, Harvard is a corrupted intel agency-connected institution, and I'm happy. You cut their funding. Hold it. Tax-exempt status. You know how much money these frickin' quasi-private, not so private enterprises have. You know how much the cost of tuition has gone up. You know how much money they have, and we're still subsidizing them. No, stop it immediately. Now, why is Donald Trump doing this? Well, because, quote, they're not doing enough to fight anti-Semitism on campus. This is the same institution that discriminates against people because of the way that they were born in this country. That wasn't brought up. A third party, a third country, another outside country, and we have to worry about them. And again, I'm just not a fan of the term anti-Semitism myself. I mean, this is called racism. I don't know why we need a special term for a special group of people. It's racism. Okay, you want to deal with racism? Okay, I understand. Yeah, Harvard's very racist, predominantly against white guys. Very racist. You would think that would be the priority here. Nope, no, it's not here. Another person who looks like they are in legal trouble is, of course, the New York Attorney General, Leticia James, that now is being accused of committing mortgage fraud. Oh, how ironic. Oh, how rich here. As now we're getting information that she tried to declare a Virginia property as her principal residence while serving in New York, skirting, of course, taxes and violating the law, which she so very much cares about, like she did with Donald Trump, or she went after him. She went after him viciously against him for allegedly making sure that the property of Mar-a-Lago was, quote, overvalued. Again, insanity here. Before playing that clip and talking about 4chan and talking about China and tariffs, MS-13, we wanted to remind you, beautiful and amazing human beings, to sign up to lookunfiltered.com. If you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? What are you doing? It's quick, it's easy, it's simple. You click right here, and then once you do, first you click the description, duh. Then you click right here, put in your information, check your spam box. You will get an email with the logins, and you get 13 plus years of amazing exclusive videos centered around helping you become the best, strongest, most amazing version of yourself. I'm going to try to release another video later on in a few hours from now, as of course it's going to be a long work day. I'm also going to be doing the show with Jeremy from the quartering, and I've just been working nonstop here. It's like the middle of the night right now that I'm doing these videos right now. Your support needed more than ever. I've been putting in overtime, trying to, of course, survive here. There's a lot of IRS problems that I've been having personally that have not been fun to deal with. And your support, I want to go out there. I want to go back into the field. I want to go interview people. I want to ask them questions. The Bilderberg meeting is coming up here. I want to be on the ground reporting on that, and I need to save money in order to do so. So if you have the means, if you have the money, sign up to lookunfiltered.com. 20 cents a day means the world to us, and we promise to work our butts off for you when you, of course, do that. Unlike Leticia James, that just has a big fat badunkadunk.
Simple, but fundamental pillar of our democracy, that the rule of law applies to all of us, equally, fairly, and justly.
We're going to see that, especially now with some potential charges that might be coming her way. All of this is, it looks like there's an unraveling of 4chan that looks like it was just closed down for 24 hours as a hack was revealed, showing a lot of the IP addresses, the usernames, the email accounts for a lot of people that thought that they were talking anonymously. Now, this is a pretty big deal, as there's a lot of internet autists on 4chan right now that are like, wait, hold on, oh, whoa. Oh, crap, I mean it. Maybe I did. As the meme lore of 4chan is pretty wild. I would say 4chan is a wild place, but these online internet autistic sleuths are, I think, far more better at intelligence gathering, at connecting the dots than the intel agencies. And to me, it would be something that would be compelling to work with and not to try to undermine and to destroy with, as we have our friend Zach Voorhees here describing how the creator of 4chan, allegedly, according to him, was hired by Google and allegedly doesn't exist here, as people are saying that it was an intelligence op from the start. Is that the truth here? Well, we're going to find out what's going to be happening with this hack, who's responsible for it, as this is definitely going to shift the magnetic plates of the online internet discourse in a very kind of interesting way here. All of this as there's other leakers that are being caught within the U.S. federal government right now, as the Pentagon Deputy Chief of Staff has now been suspended after investigations ongoing within the Pentagon showed that he was the one that was responsible for, quote, unauthorized disclosure of classified information. As the war on leakers continues with this Trump administration that was plagued by them during their first term in office in 2016, where a lot of the stuff that Donald Trump was doing, thinking about doing, or he sneezed the wrong way, or he had toilet paper on one of the issues, bam, the media would talk about it. Before he would walk out with the toilet paper on. Oh, he has it. Oh, we leaker told us. We got all the information. They told us everything. Now it looks like the Trump administration is taking leakers pretty seriously, and they are going after them, finding them, investigating them, as a lot of this is also all coming down as the senior advisor to Peak Headset now has been placed on administrative leave this Tuesday, as there are a number of individuals at the Pentagon that we are hearing are being identified from investigations going on for leaking information. Now, exactly what happened here, we don't know exactly. We're going to find out, as of course, initially now we just have these accusations here, and we will find out what's really going on here, as another person trying to undermine Donald Trump's presidency is now Joe Biden, who has come out and actually stuttered and mumbled his first words against Donald Trump, appearing from his casket for the first time during Trump's administration, where he had some choice words to say that were very negative about Donald Trump. Here is what Joe Biden, the former president of the United States, had to say.
Fewer than 100 days, this new administration has done so much damage and so much destruction. It's kind of breathtaking it could happen that soon. They've taken a hatchet to the Social Security Administration.
Yeah, as of course, what did he say? That guy who opened up the borders, that guy that created the Afghanistan withdrawal mess, that guy that we saw these wars expanded, that we saw the Syrian government fall under, that we saw the expansion of the Ukrainian war. That guy is telling us now, oh, look what kind of mess you guys have. Why was he even there in the first place? Well, because of help by individuals like Mark Zuckerberg that are now even being accused of helping China develop AI advanced technology to have an advantage over the United States, as now Mark Zuckerberg is going through some antitrust legal issues surrounding Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and the multiple platforms that he owns online here, as it's fair to say here that a lot of the people within Trump's administration are probably not forgetting his impact on the 2020 election, where his Zuckerbucks, to the tune of nearly $400 to $500 million, supported this old deranged boomer that created huge, massive societal upheavals that we are still dealing with right now as a country. All of this is now a judge in Massachusetts just ruled and rebuked Donald Trump's officials for not securing the return of, quote, wrongfully deported man. Of course, that's spelled wrong here. It should say man from country of origin where he was born and raised in, and then given 2 legal proceedings where he was to be deported. As right now, there's a lot of upheaval about Brego Garcia, someone that 2 different courts ruled is associated with MS-13, was born and raised in El Salvador and was sent back to El Salvador after coming to the United States illegally. As now a Maryland senator will travel to El Salvador trying to somehow sneak this man back into the United States, as the president of El Salvador has the opportunity to do one of the most hilarious things ever, which, hey, Donald Trump's also talking and hypothesizing the possibility of sending American prisoners down to El Salvador. Now, will that happen here? I don't know. But it looks like Donald Trump is definitely working outside of the box to try to deal with the huge plethora of immigration problems that this country is left to deal with after Joe Biden, left the borders wide open willy-nilly, allowed people to walk in and said, you know what, you don't even need to take a procedure, unlike everyone else going to this country legally, which was mandated to do so. But now, after, of course, flooding the United States with so many people, which changes congressional representation, which allows Democratic city areas to have more of people in the House of Representatives, as there are estimates right now that at least 12 seats in Congress would change if all of the illegal immigrants left the United States. As, of course, representation in Congress is represented through the census. The census, which, of course, people for a few years, decide to, of course, answer, and the government kind of goes around and does this this many people live here, that therefore we need this many representatives for this many people. As Donald Trump now is taking to a very interesting strategy here, as he is proposing that he will actually offer illegal immigrants money to self-deport. Yes, this is the actual idea that he's now toting around everywhere.
As you probably know, we're doing a self-deportation. And we're going to make it comfortable for people, and we're going to work with those people to come back into our country legally.
¿Está funcionando la autodeportación?
Well, we're starting it. We haven't started it right now. We're getting the murderers out. We have our total aim on the very bad ones, as you can imagine, because you have some great people that came in, but we have some very bad ones. We had 11,088 murderers. Half of them killed more than one person. These are rough, bad people. We want them out. And that's mostly our focus.
Yeah.
But what we want to do is we're going to have a self-deportation program, which we haven't even announced yet. I guess I'm announcing it to you. Why not, Rachel? Here it is. The only thing I haven't determined is what are we going to do? We're going to give them a stipend. We're going to give them some money and a plane ticket. And then we're going to work with them. If they're good, if we want them back in, we're going to work with them to get them back in as quickly as we can.
Yeah,
as you probably know, we're doing it.
You get a handout, and you get a handout. And everyone's like, I thought we were trying to save money here, man. But that's one way of dealing with this problem. And according to some estimates, might actually save the taxpayer some money rather than going through the legal proceedings that, of course, are very extensive when it comes to deportation. All of this, as J.D. Vance also came out and reiterated his talking points that have been very strongly centered against Europe, saying Europe cannot be a permanent security vessel of the United States, issuing these sentiments during a key time where Europe is deciding whether they want to be a warfare state or welfare state. All of this as now the trade war gets more serious between China and the United States. As Politico is writing that U.S. positions in the Chinese trade war just showed how we were weak in some very important positions, like, rare earth minerals that now are being denied to major companies like Boeing, that we are dependent on our defense for. As Politico writes, this is going to get really ugly here. As Bloomberg writes, China's trade war leverage over U.S. becomes clearer. This, as now they have, according to some economic experts, hit us where it hurts here. How will Donald Trump respond here, as he has already left a cutout for companies like Apple to wiggle their way out of tariffs, as now we are seeing some very tough talk and a decoupling that's happening between the East and the West here. How will this decoupling look like in our financial economic sectors? Well, time will only tell, but it's fair to assume here times will only get a little bit more tumultuous from here, especially with ongoing conflicts that are still happening right now in this world and look like they will not be ending at any time soon. I'm looking at you, Ukraine, and there. Sign up to lookunfiltered.com. You're going to need a meditation with all the crazy stuff happening in this world. It's only going to get crazier from here. Strap in your boots and your seatbelts, because this is going to be one hell of a crazy, bumpy ride. And I hope you guys are prepared, and I hope you guys are making the smart moves and decisions for yourselves. And that's the content. That's the type of stuff that, of course, I focus on LukeUnfiltered.com. Sign up if you haven't yet. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more, all here exclusively on YouTube.com/WeAreChange.